Hey folks, Naked Skinner here. Spending bill passed, and with it, the repeal of cool. For those of you that do not know what cool is, cool stands for Country of Origin Labeling. Tells you where your meat come from. Now, wait a minute. They repealed this? Why? The World Trade Organization doesn't want, or thinks that it is bad for third world countries because people will discriminate and not buy their product. Okay. If I go to the store and happen to buy meat and I see from China, guess what? I'll pay the little extra money and get the one from America. You need to know where your food's coming from. Simple. That's it. They're saying you don't. The government doesn't care about you. They're worried about starting a trade war with Mexico and Canada. Don't care. You need to know where your food's coming from. I need to know where my food's coming from. Government's saying you don't. Wait a minute. Why do we not need to know where our food's coming from? I don't care if that food's coming from some third world country. I ain't buying it. Every bit of meat in that freezer sitting right there, folks, I know where it came from. Either I know the person that raised it, I raised it, or I went and got it. You know, this got me fired up. It's about the 10th video I've done this morning, because it's got me fired up. Y'all know I don't do political posts because I don't like politics and I don't like the government. Just like them taking and allowing these chicken companies to send their chickens overseas and then shipping them back processed. Whoa, wait a minute. That's a problem. See, here, there are so many rules and regulations to processors, and you guys, some of these guys that are processors in this page, processors have to follow these rules. If they get caught not following these rules, jail time, money, loss of business. Overseas, they don't have those. Wait a minute, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Unsanitary conditions. You know, I see a whole lot of disease outbreaks coming from the people that don't want to learn. For those of you that do, that's why I share my knowledge. Because here's a simple fact, folks. You need to know where your food's coming from, regardless whether it's a vegetable or meat. Raise your own crops. It doesn't take much of a garden. You know, if you live in a subdivision, get with your neighbor. Get them into gardening. You know, do a little co-op. Split your food. All right, well, you grow this, I'll grow this, and we'll do a barter system. You know, the government's saying you don't need to know where your food's coming from. You have every right to know. And I don't care if we start a trade war with Canada and Mexico. I don't. But I'll be danged if I feed my kids some third-rate beef from some third world country. Let them sell their meat to other third world countries. Don't send it here. We don't want that stuff here. Buy local, raise your own, or hunt it. And not buy local. I ain't saying go to the local Walmart here, folks. Get out there, get to know your farmers. You know, I know a lot of farmers that you can go ahead and buy a calf and they'll graze it for you. They'll pasture that calf till it hits a certain weight. Then they'll take it to the butcher's shop. I know a lot of farmers do that. I know hog farmers that'll do that. You go buy you a hog about the time it's ready for butcher. Split that between, 2-3 ways. You get a lot of meat. And that's enough meat to last you quite a while. And it's local raised. You get to know the good farmers, the ones that aren't packing their animals full of growth hormones and antibiotics, and I don't care what anybody says. I know they do it. I grew up in a farming community. I know how the big farm producers are. They want those animals to stay healthy because sick animals don't put weight on. And the faster that they can get a cow to grow out, the faster it goes to the processor. Because if it's standing in their field a year and a half, 2 years, they're wasting money. It's a hay burner. Simple fact. Same with a pig. It used to be pigs 400 pounds. That was a butcher pig. That was pig was ready to go to the butcher at that point. 400 plus. Now it's down to 275. Call it lean pork. I like fatty pork. Fatty pork has flavor. Pork by itself doesn't really taste like anything. It doesn't. It's like me, I'm not a fan of beef. I'd rather eat that deer meat in there. But here's a simple fact, folks. You need to know where your food's coming from. Buy local or raise it yourself. Because the government don't care. They don't have your best interest in mind. They don't care. It was from both sides of the aisle that got put in there, by the way. Not just Democrats, not just Republicans, both sides. That tells you both parties don't care about you. We don't need third-rate beef brought into America. Oh, wait a minute. Most of what it is nowadays is third-rate. It ain't good beef. That's why I don't like the taste of it. It's nasty. Here's a simple fact. Repeal the cool is a very bad thing. Non-GMO labeling, very bad thing. Allowing chickens to be raised in America and sent to China and processed and then shipped back, very, very bad thing. These are the 3 things that have happened this year, folks. That's why there's lawsuits popping up all over the United States against Monsanto, for GMO labeling. People need to know where their food's coming from. If you don't think you do, you're probably on the wrong page, folks. I'm the Naked Skinner. We'll see you next time.